What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today when I talk to you on Lucid, I want to go over some of the current data points, what shorts did, and what is floating around in the EV sector that could really stand to benefit Lucid. So I'm going to go over all that, but first, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And with that said, let's get right to it. So Lucid did have a nice pop first thing to $4.47 as a result of yesterday's sell-off. So the broader market had this value rally pop, but GDP numbers did come out. Forecast was 5.2, actual was 4.9. So that's what caused a lot of stocks to essentially pull back. Not really enough to cause it to go negative. So I think that was a fairly good thing. So Lucid held this 333 throughout the day. It did close, or I guess have a low of 432. Very low volume though. So 17.4 million shares were traded. 36 is the average. These are some of the transactions that did occur on the secondary market, over $100,000. So very minimal. There was one good one, so 2.72, but still compared to previous days, this is absolutely nothing. But then again, we are a couple days away from the holiday break, so maybe that is why a lot of institutions are just taking the day off. I'm not really sure. Let me know your thoughts on that. Yesterday after hours though, it was kind of on fire. So I did my Lucid video, I think during the middle of the day, so I didn't really talk on after hours, but there was several transactions, all for 2.13 million. There was a fairly large one as well for 31.1 million. So Lucid still does have the attention of big money behind the scenes. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Today there was no news from Lucid itself, no SEC filings, so it was just piggybacking off of the broader market, which the broader market is set to rally pretty significantly. So a lot of institutions have been coming out openly saying that they do see a nice rally still continuing until the end of the year. So I just wanted to quickly play this and I guess like a minute from this video. Then I'll go over some specifics that is happening to the EV sector and how Lucid could stand to benefit.
This 2024 playbook. I mean, what a difference 24 hours makes. Yesterday you graciously called in to try and make sense of what was happening. Here we have a nice little reversal. So let's just cancel each other out these last 24 hours. What's in store for the new year, do you think?
I think good things are in store. Right now we obviously have a bull market in the S&P, the NASDAQ. It seems like the Russell just entered a bull market. We have a bull market in bonds that nobody seems to be talking about, and that's globally, as inflation seems to be going down faster than many central banks even anticipated themselves. So every day, not only do we have higher highs in markets, especially here in the United States, but we also see lower yields across the globe. And that's really what's powering the rally right now, and that'll be a positive going into 2024.
Okay, so definitely a fairly good thing for the broader markets. In Lucid's case, they do have some negatives, so I think that's what is really causing it to not fully participate in this broader market rally. Obviously, last week it did a little bit, but the technicals are one thing that is holding it back. But I'm going to break that all down on how it's really working in Lucid's favor. But moving on though, there was this that did come out yesterday on how the US is essentially thinking about raising tariffs on Chinese EVs. So even though that won't directly affect Lucid, indirectly, Lucid would stand to benefit because a lot of companies such as NIO and potentially even Tesla, right? They have the Gigafactory. So any of the Chinese goods and EVs, I don't know if Tesla fits this criteria of being taxed or whatever else. Like, it might actually put Lucid in a very good circumstance to benefit from all of this. So who knows? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Nothing has officially passed as of right now, though. It's just still in talks. So we just have to sit tight and wait. When it comes down to shorts, surprisingly, they did increase 4.09 million shares today. Don't really know why, but you can tell straight away from GDP numbers coming out, they just doubled down. So they tried to suppress Lucid, didn't really really do enough to make it red, like I said, but still, they are very hesitant about Lucid for whatever reason. 25.34% of the free float is being shorted. 224.35 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average did open a lot lower compared to yesterday, so 12%, but that's just supply and demand. So there has been a lot of retail investors getting in over the last several days, and some of them might not knowingly lend out shares. So once again, that's probably why this is dropping. Through the Interactive Broker short availability does indicate that there's around 1.4 million shares available to be shorted. So kind of interesting stuff. No recent analyst ratings for today. Options wise, $511,000 in calls being purchased versus $249,000 in puts. Of all the options activity, it was kind of evenly divided on the sentiment. So 50% bearish and kind of just shy of 50% bullish. Of the call options that were purchased though, it is anticipated for it to be above 450 by the end of tomorrow. So let me know your thoughts on that. Looking at puts though, it is anticipated for it to be sub $4. So kind of opposite extreme when it comes to that, but that's more so just piggybacking off the technicals. So talking on technicals, with it at 433, after hours is going up slightly, but 433, it is between this pivot and the R1. R1 is 470. So today's consolidation, in my opinion, was fairly good and healthy for the stock because it was resetting a lot of the technicals behind the scenes. So this is why, especially with the broader market getting prepared for a continuation of a rally today, I feel like this is where Lucid will really stand to benefit, have a lot of good momentum, pushing to this resistance point of 470 and hopefully breaking above that and getting back into the $5 range. But vice versa, $4.23 is going to be the next strong support, which luckily enough, it didn't even get anywhere close to today. So what's your thoughts on Lucid? Looking at a couple things, like I mentioned over the last several days, number of retail investors have been getting in and probably lending out some of their shares not knowingly. Today, retail didn't really do too much. It was flat for that. Stochastic, you do have a bearish sentiment right now, so red line above the black, but it is at 41. So the technicals, like I mentioned, what happened yesterday did reset the technicals perfectly. So it is kind of building up enough momentum for Lucid to really push higher. That's my own interpretation. There isn't really anything coming out tomorrow to cause mass panic within the broader market. If anything, the fear and greed index is still extremely high. So a lot of people are prepared for a nice continuation of a rally. So what's your thoughts? I feel like a lot of people aren't necessarily bearish right now. A lot of people are just under the impression that everything is going to go up, which is kind of weird. I don't know. What's your thoughts? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And give yourself a shout out. Did you buy yesterday? I did buy, I think it was around 800 shares additional in my 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗔 account at a price of $4.38. At the time, I was kind of panicking as soon as it filled because as soon as I did buy it, it just continued to go down. So I was honestly a little bit low-key panicking, but bigger picture, I know Lucid is going to do a lot of bigger and better things, hopefully Q1 2024. So once again, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And one final thing, take advantage of this promo with Moomoo. Sign up for an account with Moomoo, throw $100 at it, and you get 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So this is one of the best deals in the market. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, I appreciate all of you watching.